So I want to take a minute and just walk through this model, this consumer behavior model, and then really talk about that customer purchase decision process using an example for you guys. So I'm going to think about using the example of when you last chose a restaurant to go out to eat at and how um, this model would apply to that. And so you can see that all of these outside influences, psychological, social, situational, and the marketing mix really impact that customer decision process. That is really the keystone to how you can make an impact as a marketer. So we've got psychological influences. And so just thinking about going out to a restaurant, personality and lifestyle would be a big one. So if I had a particular diet that I adhered to, that would narrow the type of restaurant I would choose. Perhaps if I was vegetarian or or vegan or some type of lifestyle choice like that. There's also involvement in the decision. Sometimes you just need food and you don't really care. So that's a low involvement um, kind of purchase. It's not a big meal, it's not a big date or anything. You just need something to eat. Sometimes it's a bigger, you're looking to go out to dinner as an event, you're taking friends or a date. And so that's a more high involvement purchase decision. And so you're more likely to do more research and to think, devote more time to thinking about it. Situational influences are kind of along the same lines. I mean, you're limited to the number of restaurants that are available and close enough in the geographical area that you're willing to go to. And then also, whether or not the restaurant you want has availability for you. Lots of social cultural influences. Your social class makes a big difference about what type of restaurant you're going to go eat at, based on the amount of discretionary income you have to spend on a meal out, or the type of food that you're wanting to eat based on your social class. Your age and stage is different. When you're 25, you'll go to a different type of restaurant than you would when you're 45 for a nice dinner out. So just think about all of those things and how they impact that ultimate customer decision. And then there's the marketing mix influences, and that's where this class really centers on, is where in this customer purchase decision process can we use marketing tactics to influence that decision. So here is that customer decision process blown up. And so let's look at this in terms of a restaurant going out to eat. In the problem recognition stage, it's either you're hungry and you need something to eat, or you are looking to go as a social event, either a date or out with friends. So two different types of problems. But there's at some point you realize, hey, I need to figure out where I'm going to go eat. And I'm going to just use the example for Father's Day for me. We had tickets to a play, and we were going to go as a family, the four of us, to go out to eat before the play. And so the problem was we wanted some place that was nice and fun for the family to go, and was close to the restaurant. And so I started looking at, I entered the information search stage when I clearly identified the problem I had. And basically what I did is I got on Google Maps and saw the restaurants that were all around, and then kind of started researching those restaurants. I used several sources. I had been recommended a couple restaurants, and so from friends, so there was that word of mouth influence. I looked at the reviews on Google, so there was that digital influence, and then I looked up a couple on their Facebook pages or websites to see their menu. And so that was what took place in that information search. And you can see where if I was the marketer for those restaurants, where I would have a chance to impact that by having a good set of references or reviews online, and by having the menu and other information easily findable for someone who was looking. So I narrowed it down to a couple that were in the price range that I was looking for and the type of food, and really kind of just focused on maybe two different restaurants. And the primary criteria that led to a purchase was the one that I could make a reservation online for, because I didn't, for whatever reason, feel like calling them up And so I chose the one that had that open table because I used the open table app and just made it the easy decision and went from there and made my reservation, and that's where we went to eat. And so that's what led to my purchase decision. Was when I evaluated the alternatives, it was the one that had the open table app that I was able to make that purchase easy. The post-purchase behavior, we'll go back again. It was a good experience, and I did take a picture and posted it on my Facebook page with my family at the restaurant, and then and tagged ourselves at the restaurant, checked in at the restaurant, and so that will help future customers make the decision when they do their own information search. They'll see that, if they're in my peer circle, they'll see that I went there and I liked it, and might make the same choice. And so that's just kind of an example of how a simple purchase decision, like where to go out to dinner for Father's Day, can be walked through this process. It really applies to any purchase, no matter how big or how small, or the level of involvement you have in that. So when you're thinking, I want you to think about a purchase that you recently made and break it out into this step 2. And then when you're looking at your marketing plan, you will take your target customer segments and walk through their purchase decision process and really identify where you as a marketer can use those 4 Ps to influence their decision.